welcome back to another episode of Cruising Israel. This week, I went to the Golan Heights for some delicious fruit picking, then checked out the Golan Heights Winery, and not far away is actually the Nof Ginosal Hotel and Kibbutz. So, let's get started. The saying, making the desert bloom, is much more than a cliche. It's the reality of what Israeli farmers have accomplished in less than a century and against all odds.
So this is Bustan Bereshit Golan. It's in Ein Zivan, we're up north, up in the Golan. We have over 568 acres of fruit when we grow grapes and we grow nectarines and we grow cherries, which is the highest season, the end of May. We've got also red berries and cranberries, which you guys are going to go later on and pick some.
So excited for that.
I'm really happy. And this place has been open for over 20 years. You come inside, you can eat whatever you want, but as long as you pick and put in a box, you have to pay for the box, if it's cherries or nectarines. Now, every month has a different season of fruit. The end of May, for a whole month, we have cherries. And then we jump into nectarines and the flavor of mango, which we're going to pick soon. And then red berries and cranberries, and it's absolutely delicious. Towards the end of June, we get to August, and then we're going to enjoy apples. So each season has its own amazing fruit. We're up in Tzfon Ramat HaGolan. This is a place that Bustan Bereshit belongs to Ein Zivan. Ein Zivan is a kibbutz which owns this Bustan, and of course we also have a hotel with 49 rooms, beautiful rooms, so all our guests are always welcome to come here, and people that drive around go to visit groups, companies, childcares. They love coming here because, as you see, this humongous space of place you can run around and play around. Members of the kibbutz opened it about 20 years ago, and then slowly it developed. Well, it's not only the Bustan which a kibbutz has, we also grow fruit that we give to the supermarkets, because the place itself is Bustan Bereshit Golan. So all the pink ladies and the apples and the cherries that you guys buy in the super comes from here, from this amazing property.
There's not that many raspberries and blueberries and blackberries that you see in stores in...
It's a very expensive fruit.
I know that I found out later.
It's just such expensive fruit, and it's amazing, and we grow them here, but they need as much as cold weather, and Israel is not that cold. Unfortunately, Israel is quite hot. So
I expected to come to Israel and see boxes of raspberries and blueberries.
No, unfortunately not, but you know, this is the season, and now we have them, and it really is amazing, and people enjoy them. So over here on your right, we grow strawberries, so let's go pick a few.
Yeah, I want to go. I see a few over there. I'm hoping they were.
Just at the end of the season, but there's still a few we can pick out of.
Baby one. Ah, those look good. 2 teams. We're going to get some raspberries.
Red berries, blackberries, but I want to show you guys this fruit. It's absolutely amazing. These are all red berries and blackberries, but you have to see the size of them. They're absolutely huge. You have to taste it. It's nice, it's watery, and it's a bit sour.
These are amazing.
Look at them.
I'm so excited.
You have to taste. They're big and they're sour.
Wow,
yeah.
It's so sour. I love it. Oh, I'm going home with some berries.
Yeah.
This is going to be the best activity I've ever done.
Yeah, this is amazing. Look at them.
Oh, that was
just hiding inside.
I'm so excited. Bustan Bereshit in the Golan is the biggest fruit picking attraction in the country. 24 acres of scents, flavors, and colors that I'm going to explore and continue picking right now. רוצה גם?
נועם, תתאמי. זה מה זה מתוק? בואו תקחי. זאת נועם.
Shalom, babe. Despite frequent drought, poorly distributed rainfall, and sandy soil, Israel has prevailed in agricultural technologies and developments. I love this breeze. From the beginning of May until mid-July, you can find here cherries, blackberries, raspberries, and white nectarines. At the end of July until September, you can find here red and green pears, peaches, plums, apples, and grapes. All mine. Winery is one of Israel's leading producers of quality wine, established back in 1983 and has since definitely made its mark in the Israeli wine world.
We plant, manage, harvest, and produce the wine, so we do everything ourselves. We grow 22 different varieties of grapes in 28 vineyards all across Golan Heights. We produce about 35 different wines. Yeah.
Wow, that's insane, yeah. One of the Golan Winery's main goal is to lead Israel's quality wine culture and to produce quality wine that will express the distinctive features of the Golan Heights. How does the process work? Tell me a little bit about how it goes from the grapes to creating the wine, to bottling it, to everything.
We start the harvest usually at the beginning of August, and we have manual and mechanical harvest. It depends on the type of wine that we want to produce. We'll process everything here. This is the only facility where we process the grapes. So we destem, we crush, we press. Again, it depends on the style. There's a different process to the different wines.
Right.
If it's red, white, rosé, sparkling wine. And then we have fermentation in the stainless steel vats. We have about 400 vats as well, about the same numbers as the blocks in the vineyards. We usually harvest each block separately, ferment it separately, and then the winemaker's job would be tasting everything, blending.
He has a great job.
Yeah, it sounds very glamorous.
Yes.
But it's a very difficult job. The next step is also aging in oak barrels, which we use a lot of. So this is our wine cellar. We have about over 11,000 barrels, and we age most of the wines here. If it's reds, then it's 5 to 28 months, and some of the whites as well. We explain about the whole process of aging in oak barrels, the benefits, why we do it, what do we get from aging in a barrel, flavor, aging potential, and so on.
Wow. Oh, it smells so good, yes. Has there been wine in here yet?
No.
This is a brand new barrel.
Yes, open it from the...
Yeah, from the plastic. So all of these are new ones. The
Yes.
ones that have red marks on them, you could tell that there's been wine in them, no?
Yes.
This is the wine cellar that you guys have here in the winery, and how long have some of these wines been here?
Well, first of all, I would describe it as the archive of the winery. So we never sell the wines that you find here.
Oh.
It's more of keeping what we have and showing what we've done over the years.
Progressive, yeah.
Every now and then the winemakers will taste a few wines. I guess you can describe it as a quality control.
Making sure that you guys are always improving, or making sure that these are aged well?
Well, improving, and that the wines can age well, and that they can age for a very long time. Today, I can tell you because of that some of the wines can age 15 years.
1996?
1996. The first wine ever made, Yarden Cabernet Sauvignon, 1983.
These are the bottles, these are the original bottles that you guys haven't touched since then?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. So how much would a bottle of wine like that cost if you hypothetically were to sell it?
Yarden Katzrin, which is, I would say, the flagship wine of the winery. We don't produce it every year, so I guess you could call it
The gem, let's say.
Yes.
Yeah.
1990 was the first year, and we still have a 93, a bottle from 93.
Okay.
And that would be almost 7,000 shekel, I guess, in the store at the moment.
Shekels.
Yeah.
Wow, so that one is beyond. That's the first bottle of wine that you guys have produced. That's insane. That's a long, long, long time.
What is wine tasting? We can be very professional about it, very technical. We have criteria that we follow. We mark an X or a V.
Right.
But it's important that people will understand just a little bit what is a drinkable wine. And we talk about the appearance and the nose and the taste and texture and the finish and so on to determine if it's, well, basically if it's a drinkable wine.
And an enjoyable wine, I bet.
Exactly. So you determine if it's drinkable and also if you like the wine.
Why do people go like this?
So I'll explain, but we start with the color.
Okay.
Just like food, or not the color, the appearance. Just like food, if it's not looking very nice, then
It's not going to be very nice.
in white wine by definition, and I'm not talking orange wines, blanc de noir, and so on. If it's a white wine by definition, you don't want to see anything orange.
So let's try it out.
Yeah, l'chaim.
Cheers.
So we'll move on to a classic red wine from Gamla label, or Yigal, Cabernet Sauvignon.
All right.
Yeah.
My glass is ready. Okay, so why don't we try this one?
So we do the same. It's clarity. As far as deposits, red wines usually form deposits after a few years in a bottle anyway. So it's a young wine. It's 2016, so it's not. You won't see any deposits.
Okay,
and
so
you want to see any tone of red. Yeah.
Smell it first. Swirl it. Smell it again. Then taste it.
See, nonchalant.
Very nonchalant. This one has more of a aftertaste.
Longer finish.
Longer finish.
Longer finish.
So this one is like one that a lot of people would come and purchase here.
Yeah.
This one at
in
both of
stores,
these?
Yeah, and in stores in Israel as well.
Amazing.
In restaurants too. So it's a great medium body wine. It's not light, but it's not too heavy or complex. So yeah.
I'm gonna get drunk if we continue this. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Netta. I've had
pleasure.
such an amazing time getting to see the Golan Winery, getting to taste these wines, getting to see really the process, and obviously having the tour. So thank you. I really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you as well. It was fun having you here.
Yeah, and everyone has to come check out the Golan Heights Winery. If you guys are in the area or if you're not in the area, make your way over here.
Definitely.
All right. Thank you so much. The Nofki Nosal Hotel has 245 newly renovated rooms. 175 of them are hotel rooms and the others are garden rooms, allowing the guests private access to a gorgeous grassy area where families and kids can barbecue and run around.
This hotel is stayed just very close to the Holy Triangle. People that come to this hotel are evangelists that come to see the holy places around the Kinneret, Kfar Nakum and Tabcha and the Mount of Beatitude.
All the places Oni just mentioned are actually just a short drive from the hotel and kibbutz.
60% of the capacity of the hotel is tourists. Most of them are Christian evangelists or Catholics. And we have 40% of Israelis that come to visit us because of the sea and because of the weather. And the other one is American Jews that come a lot because it's one of the nicer hotels in this area.
The Lower Galilee region doesn't lack religious, spiritual, and cultural spots to check out, one of them, of course, being the Sea of Galilee.
The first visitors that come to the hotel, it was in 1964. It was something very different for the kibbutzim because the idea of the kibbutzim that they work in the agriculture, they not give service to people.
There are over 200 kibbutzim in Israel, which offer a unique insight into Israeli society and are fascinating places to visit on your trip. Kibbutzim were initially almost universally agricultural settlements, not economically motivated, which meant that all the residents shared everything and worked as members of a collective. Each member had his or her own way of contributing to the group. What's super interesting about this hotel, other than the fact that it's gorgeous, has so much greenery, so many trees, everything is so beautiful, is that it's located on a kibbutz. So you really get the vibe of living on a kibbutz. You can bring your bike, you can bring your scooters, your kids can be running around, and there's houses with families that live on the kibbutz. So you really feel like you're getting the experience of living on a kibbutz while staying at a hotel. What about the kibbutz and the hotel during the summer? What can we see here?
45 degrees. It's something horrible. Most of the people in the summertime, they are like hippos. Enter to the water till here and wait. And they get outside to the air conditioner.
During the summertime, you can find Israelis vacationing not only in the Sea of Galilee, but also the Dead Sea and, of course, the southernmost city of Eilat. But let me tell you, these spots are not any less hot.
We have the Kinneret. I hope this year the level of the Kinneret will grow up a little, and we're waiting for it.
The Sea of Galilee, also known as the Kinneret, is currently over 210 meters below water level, 57 centimeters below the lower red line, and Israel's water level decrease rate stands on 0.5 centimeters per day.
I'm standing right now on the old dock, which theoretically I should be able to jump into the Sea of Galilee from, but due to the receding water line and lack of rainfall, that's unfortunately where the new dock is. Where's the water?
However, throughout the years, the decline in water levels has ended up revealing several historical findings. The Nof Ginosar Hotel and Kibbutz actually have a museum that showcases one in particular that I actually got to see for myself.
יגאל אלון התקבל לחברות בקיבוץ גינוסר, היה חבר קיבוץ גינוסר. אחרי שפרצה המדינה, הוא אמר, אנחנו נעשה שלום עם השכנים שלנו, השכנים שלנו ערבים, איתם נעשה שלום. ופעם בשנה היו נפגשים פה ערבים ויהודים ביחד, יום שלם, קראו לזה מפגש אביב, יגאל אלון היה מסתובב ביניהם, שותים קפה, רוקדים דבקה, היה יום של שלום כזה.
Yigal Alon was an Israeli politician, commander of the Palmach, and a general in the IDF.
כשיגאל אלון נפטר, בנו החברים שלו מהפלמ"ח ואנחנו את הבית הזה לזכרו, וחשבנו איך אנחנו מחזירים את המנהג היפה הזה של שלום. ואז אמרנו, ניקח אומנים ערבים ויהודים, ונעשה יצירות למען השלום. שבוע ימים אמנים ערבים ויהודים ביחד נפגשים ועושים יצירה.
So you remember those historical findings that I mentioned? Well, Yuval is actually one of the people that discovered the boat that dates back 2,000 years.
בחורף 1986 הכינרת ירדה, והאח שלי מוישלה ואני שנולדנו כאן, וכל החיים שלנו חלמנו שיום אחד היא תרד ונמצא את האוצרות שנפלו לדייגים ופתאום היא ירדה, אז התחלנו לחפש. ויום אחד בחוף ריק לגמרי מצאנו על פני השטח מטבעות, אמרנו אם יש מטבעות אז כנראה היה פה חיים פעם. המשכנו לחפש וראינו יום אחד מסמר רומי עתיק ועל ידו עוד מסמר רומי עתיק, וקצת ניקינו, ראינו 7 מטר עץ אבל שהולך בצורה חצי עגולה, אמרנו מצאנו סירה.
Yuval makes this boat seem super casual. Wait till you hear how strong of a spiritual effect this historical boat has, when it's from, and whose was it.
I'm standing here right now with Yuval, who was the one that actually discovered this ancient 2,000-year-old boat that's standing right behind us. Now, Yuval, I just watched the little mini movie that you guys put together of how you guys found the boat and, you know, tried to excavate it and make sure that it got here safely. I almost cried and got complete chills. How did that feel for you, you know, reliving that and experiencing that?
After I find it, all my life changed. Yeah. Because before, I don't believe the boat.
Oh, you didn't believe that there was God?
No. I 6-year-old, I come my father, and my father said, no God. The primitives, the old time believe the God. So I grow up not God, but after I find the boat, and I see the people, how the people believe, and
reacted to the seeing
Yes.
and finding this boat.
So I opened a little window about the
God.
emunah,
Yes, hope and
can
faith.
handle, yes. And all my life changed.
You found Jesus' boat, and if that's not a way to believe in God, I don't know what is, really.
Yuval continued to tell me the story of how 2,000 years ago, Jesus was walking along the beach here in the Sea of Galilee and apparently saw two brothers fixing a boat. He told them that they must stop catching fish and they must start catching people. Ironically, 2,000 years later, Yuval and his brother are actually the two men finding a boat. What are the chances?
I can't tell you what it feels like standing in this room and looking at that. When I first heard that you had found a boat from Jesus' time, it was just kind of, it was a little unbelievable. And like now we're standing here and you're looking at it and you feel this energy. You have this,
Okay.
I don't know, this chills.
Look, the moment we find the boat, the two rainbows go outside. The rain started, stop quickly, two rainbows go outside, and we are feeling she's special spirit with this boat, good spirit.
By now, it's no secret that other than eating, my next favorite thing to do is shop. So I'm off to the gift shop.
Everyone has to have their mezuzah, their mezuzah on their doors to protect them from all different types of things. I didn't have one on my door for about 1.5 years after moving into my new apartment. When my mom saw it, she flipped out. Went, got a mezuzah, put it on my door that same day. And who could forget the queen of them all, the one that affects Judaism the most, Mariah Carey. Can I try one?
Please do. So this is the blend of the green and black olive. And now try the buttery one, which is wonderful. And then you have this one, which has got a bit of a kick at And then you have the ones with basil. It's wonderful with like tomato salad, cheeses, even on this one is great. Also, it's with the garlic. After cooking, just to drizzle on top, and it really brings out the flavor of the food. From potato.
So much to see here in the area, but naturally, I can't show you all of them. However, make sure to stay tuned for the next time Max and I cruise Israel to see where we'll go next. See you then.